Hey everybody, how you doing? So the midterm is over, and for those who had trouble getting it working, I haven't had a chance to go about grading them yet. But I know that many of you did have some issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to develop the midterm myself, and you can see how I would go about implementing features like this. And hopefully you can use this to study up on and to make you guys better as programmers with what you've learned so far in the class. So starting us off, let's see here. I need to go to my RCCD. Okay. So anytime I start an assignment, whether it's for school or for a client, you need a basic requirements document. This right here, the midterm project, is the requirements document. We have a very basic set of requirements, which I'm just going to copy and paste into my code, and I'm going to comment them out. And these become my goals. And when I know that what I do is I break my project into pieces. So I get the first piece work, the second piece work, the third piece working, the fourth piece working. And instead of trying to tackle everything head on, I feel that it's best to do that than to try my best to get every little bit working. Because you have a tendency to, unless something's working perfectly, introduce flaws in the design, which can affect other things. And if you don't have a proper approach to the production of your code, well, this can just lead to time-wasting bugs. So first things first, I need to include my IO stream. I need to include string int int main. Sorry, I've been programming in another language today, so my brain is in C# at the moment. Okay, so I know that my main is going to receive a list of location inputs from the command line. Real quick, I'm going to go into my requirement doc from the assignment, and I'm going to get the format that it's looking for, and I'll paste it here so I know at least what it's going to try and do. Okay, cool. So I know that I'm going to set up the parameter to receive a parameter count, and a string array of inputs, which I'll just call inputs. Okay, so first and foremost, let's just get things, working the way that they should. I'm going to just CL this just to see if it works. Okay, so far so good. Now, first thing on the list, I need to receive a list of locations. It has to be in this kind of a format. So I will check to see if... okay, so I'm going to try and extract these location codes and extract this passenger count. Now, because of this format, I know that passenger count will always be the last parameter. I can have as many location codes as I want, but I know that passenger count will be the last one in this inputs variable. So right off the bat, oh, excuse me a second, I have a phone call. Okay, sorry about that. So where was I? First and foremost, let's just do a little bit of debugging. Just to make sure that I've got this working correctly, I'm going to cout, for int I equals 0, I is less than parameter count, I plus plus. I'm just going to make sure that I'm actually getting parameters correctly. So I'll just cout the inputs at I. Oops. And line. Okay, so if I test and run this, it should compile. Oh, didn't like that. You don't know what cout is. What's going on here? You don't know what cout is. Oh, I'm not using... yeah, no, we're not restarting right now. Select this message to change... Oh my god. Thank you, Windows 10. Change the active hours from... 1 a.m. Okay, great. Save. Bye. Sorry about that. Windows 10 wanted me to restart. Using namespace std. That's why. See how it comes from the std and the libraries reside in iostream. We're going to learn about this a lot more soon when we get into classes and namespaces. So now this should compile. Okay, and when I run this, I should see 0, see out, test, inputs at I. So if I say test, this is a test of my command line. Okay, he didn't like that. Oh, that's right. It doesn't know how to do this. It doesn't know how to input character strings into cout. So I'll just simply create a string and say inputs at I. Input is equal to, and then I will put this into here. Not input. Okay. No. Reconnect. You don't like that I did number 16. Okay, let's see here. String inputs is equal to inputs at I. There we go. Didn't like, I guess it didn't like the fact that I used input before. Oh, no, that's right. Oh, there we go. I need to set it to an array of inputs. That's what it is. Okay, cool. There we go. Aha. Good job. Syntax is a big deal when it comes to writing code. Okay, so test. This is a test of my command line inputs. There we go. Okay, so with my proper syntax, given a parameter count and a array of strings, then we can see that the command line inputs are working. Great. All right, so now that I know that I can get all of my command line inputs, I know based on this format here that passenger count will always be the last input in the command line. So if I want to grab that, then I can just simply stuff it into an integer variable by integer passenger count is equal to inputs at, now the last index of the command line will be the count, the parameter count, minus 1, because remember, we can start counting from 0. So if we have 5 parameters, you know, the test, sorry, the program name, and then all of my location codes, passengers, passenger count, I can rest assured that if I select parameter count, count minus 1, because we start counting at 0, we don't start counting at 1, that this will give me the last passenger count, sorry, the last value on my string. So I'll say cout, the passenger count is passenger count, and line. Okay, so if I compile this, oops, You don't like that I did this. Why is that? Because I'm so silly. I have to call the argument to integer method, and I put it in there. Now when I test this, okay, good, and I run it, good, the passenger count is 10. Great. All right, cool. So I'm actually going to turn you off for just a second. So if I compile this again, and I give it a, test, this is a test, I have this many passengers. That's a lot. I have 4,500 passengers. These are a lot of command line arguments, but this parameter count -1 should always give me the last one, and if that's correct, there we go. Okay, so passenger count is taken care of. Okay, so now that we have the passenger count, let's try and think of a smart way to get the locations. So let's see here. Starting with I is equal to 1, and I is less than parameter count -3. Let's just see what, because this was given as a hint for you here at the requirements. If you've given the command line input format, the location list on the command line will always be from index 1 to parameter count -3. So starting at 1 and going to parameter count -3, that's good. Let's see out what input it is. So I'll just say location found my input. Okay, so let's see how this compiles. So far so good. Now test Miami, Seattle, LA, Texas. So if I go to there we go. Okay, so for some reason this is not printing out what I want it to. Why is that? We're not printing out Texas for some reason. How strange. What if I do this? Okay, so if I do location found here, test is included if I start at 0. So let's start that back at 1. Okay, so compile, run. Okay. Going to parameter count -3 should get me what I want, but it doesn't. If I just have 1 here, it's not including that last one for some reason. Okay, the passenger count is 20, but then it errors out. It doesn't error out. What is this? Is that 2? Test. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this is going to give me my list of inputs here. I need to store these inputs somewhere, so I will choose the string. I'll create a string array, and because I'm inside of main, I need to make this a pointer to my locations. It's going to be equal to a new string array of size what? I need to do parameter count -2 -1. So parameter count -2 is going to be the rightmost bound, and not including the first one means I need to also take a 1 off of it as well. So I'll say location count int location count is equal to this. Okay, so let's try that. My location count, instead of using this here, from I is equal to that. Starting at 0, going to location, I'll choose inputs +1 since we're starting at 0. But I want to offset it by 1 and the inputs. Okay, cool. So let's see if this works. Oh, I need to put location count inside of my string array. Okay, so far so good. Let's it doesn't like location input. It's an undeclared. Oh, did I misspell it on line 23? Location. Oh, yeah. Oops. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so far so good. So if I test this, okay, location found. Good. It's doing what I want. Now let's put these locations into that array that I've set. So if I say my locations at I is equal to inputs at I +1. Okay. We can then copy that and run it. So far so good. Okay, so just to make sure that my locations array is being properly filled with locations, I'll say int I is equal to 0. I is less than locations count I plus plus. Excuse me. And we'll just say cout adding location locations, my locations at I. Okay. Whoop, can't forget to end the line. End line. There we go. Let's compile you, and there we go. So it looks like my, let's set this to quick edit mode. Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, it looks like it's properly adding these locations into my location array. So that's good. All right. So input is receives a list of location code inputs from the command line, receives a passenger count from the command line. I'm just going to put a little done and done. Okay, cool. So now that I've been given the proper input from the user, I can now start parsing through this data and deriving a itinerary list from this information. So let's go about doing that right now. All right, so I need to tally up the flight plan cost. Okay, so I need to have it say, oh, well, first and foremost, let's get this quick little greeting out of the way. It's really easy to do. So the first thing I'll do after, let me get rid of this debug stuff here. So no more debug information should appear. This is just a test, so that can go. And I'm going to label this stuff here. Stuff, the locations into their own array. Okay. Get the passenger count. Okay. This can go. This actually can go above it. Okay, there we go. Oops, too much. There we go. A little code organization. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so now I need to cout a new piece of text, quote, and that's just, oops, let's try that again. Where was it? It says, greetings, thank you for choosing an Applesaw from the following locations. There we go. And line. Okay, so now after I display that, it says I need to list out location, Miami, and 250. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Let's create a little function down here where if public, what am I doing here? I need to say int get location price given a string location. Okay, so I'll just simply say if the location is equal to Miami, then I will return, and I don't know how much I need to do. Let's look up the table that was given. So the table is, there it is. Miami is 250. Okay. Else, and let's look up the other 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that looks, yeah, that looks good. Okay. So Miami, Hawaii, LA, New York, and Seattle. LA, New York, Seattle. Okay, and the prices are 250, 300, 200, 250, 300, 200, 275, and 280. 275 and 280. Okay, cool. So that's a simple little thing. I instead, just to make sure that I get it out with something, I'll just return 0 if there's a mistake. Good. Okay. Okay, you have the following locations. Okay, so I will now iterate through my locations list and check to see how much they cost. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than location count, I plus plus. Okay. I'll say it's supposed to be in the format of location colon space Miami and okay 250. Okay, so I'll say cout location. We know which one this is. This is my locations at I. Then a dash and then the price. A dash and then the price followed by get location price of my locations at I. Let's not forget the end line. And that should do it. So let's see if this gives me the output I'm looking for. So if I compile this, and oh, it doesn't like that. The get location price identifier is not found. Did I spell this correctly? Get location price identifier is not found. That's interesting. 33. You don't know where get location price is. Oh, because it didn't declare it up top. That's a crazy thing about this. Int get location price, which will take a string. The thing about C++ is you got to declare everything up top first. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, you don't like string. Whoa, what is this? What is this? What is this? Int get location price string. Why don't you like this? String is here. You don't like 11. Huh. That's a weird one. term does not evaluate to a function taking one argument. If I just take you out. Okay, save. You don't like location. Huh. I've got you good. I've got you there. Oh, that's why. It's because I have to do this. After the namespace, I say string. There we go. Okay, all is better. String, location. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Let's see. Conditional expression, basic string. On line 42. I'm saying equals, not double equals. I'm saying is equal to, not is it equal to, but is equal to. Oh my goodness. Told you. I've been a programmer for this long and I still make that silly mistake. Okay, cool. That works. So if you didn't catch it, the reason why this broke was because I declared a function before I stated what namespace we were using, and the string keyword is defined inside the standard namespace. So that's why we have to go after saying C++ compiler, use this standard namespace. Now it knows what I'm talking about when I use a string. Okay, cool. So if I, there we go. And again, I want to make sure that you guys watch me fail. I want to make sure that you guys are watching me correct myself, because this will happen to you probably, and you'll wonder why in the world this is happening. Again, I haven't scripted this. This is me starting the assignment fresh. I haven't pre-done this before, so we'll see how this works. Okay, so if I run this, hey, look at that. There's the format I'm looking for. Great. All right, that's looking great. So now that we get that, we now need to show the number of tickets being 4. Okay, so after we state what the locations are, I'll say cout number of tickets is equal to, and that's equal to our passenger count variable up top. So passenger count. Okay, ooh, don't forget the end line. And line. Okay. And run this. And okay, looking good. Ticket total. Okay, so the ticket total is derived from the price that I'm getting times all summed together times the number of passengers. So how did that say again? Ticket total. So I will say cout ticket total, and that's equal to ticket total, which I'm going to derive real quick. And line. Okay, so to get the ticket total, I'm going to basically take this for loop that I have up here. You know, I really should just do this all in one for loop. I will get a total of all the tickets that I have. So I'm going to declare double ticket total is equal to 0. I will then ticket total add where is it, get location price at my what is this? Is that F11? That was weird. My locations at I. Okay. Ticket total should be that. That's looking pretty good. Okay. That works. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, another weird full screen thing. What's happening, Notepad? What are you doing? I clicked on you and now you are... Come out of full screen mode. I don't know how to get you out of full screen mode. What did I? There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so let's compile you. So far, so good. And let's test you. Ticket total is good. All right. Yeah, that'll do. Looks like there's no Texas, but that's all right. I shouldn't, instead of saying Texas, I should say Hawaii. Hawaii. There we go. That's what I want to see. All locations have a price. Okay, number of tickets is 20. Okay, cool. So ticket total is this. I need to make sure that I add a $sign to here. So number of tickets, the ticket total. And I need to multiply this by the passenger count. So once I derive the sum, I then say ticket total multiplied by the passenger count. Okay. So if I compile you, good, and I do Hawaii, good. All right, so that is very expensive. Let's do something a little more reasonable, like 4. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right. So that is our current thing. I see a, let's see here. I'm going to flesh this out just a bit. Number of tickets, I'm going to put end line in front of this, and I will put end line in front of that, so it skips one. Compile. Yep. There we go. That's looking a lot better. In fact, let's put an inline in front of this. Another end line here. End line. Okay. So, oops. Save. Compile you. Now that's looking good. Okay. I'm going to put an end line in front of you as well, just because it looks nice. Okay. So now we have the ticket total. And now I need to do the fees. Okay, let's do the fees right now. Okay, the fees are going to be 10% of the ticket total. Okay, so what did I do? No. I hit something and I didn't know what it did. I sure hope that didn't break my code. Okay, so double fees is equal to ticket total times 0.1, which is 10%. I will then say C out, end line, fees, and that's going to be equal to fees, then end line. Okay, let's see if that looks correct. Looking good so far. 20. Good. Okay. I need to include a $sign here so it looks pretty. So let's compile you. And that's looking good. Okay. Fees are this. Now what does it say? The subtotal is the fees plus the ticket total. Okay. So I will ask... sorry, the subtotal will be the fees plus the ticket total. So, just making sure I got everything. Don't double. Subtotal is equal to, what am I doing? Ticket total plus fees. Okay, C out, end line, subtotal plus a $sign subtotal. And line. Okay, let's compile this. Okay, that's looking good. Subtotal's looking great there. Let's do something a little more manageable. There we go. Looking good so far. Okay, after I apply a subtotal, I then get my taxes, and taxes are derived as 15% of the subtotal minus the discount. So, taxes is equal to 15% of the subtotal. So subtotal times 0.15, that's 15%. C out and line taxes is equal to taxes, not taxes, and line. Need to give it a $sign. Okay, let's see how this looks. Compile U. Good. Taxes are looking good. All right. Now the total price is equal to the subtotal minus the discount plus taxes. I need to then say a line of dots. Okay, so let's see out and line. A line of dots and line. That was easy. With a total being, total is derived as subtotal plus taxes. Okay, so double total is equal to subtotal plus taxes. Okay, and then I say C out and line. Total is with a $sign. Total. And line. There we go. Compile U and test. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, I then ask, if I'm not mistaken, do you have any coupon codes? Okay, so I then ask, C out and line, do you have any coupon codes? And line, oh, actually I'm not going to end the line. It'll just be that. And then I will say string coupon code is equal to nothing. Cn coupon code, and then I'll say if coupon code is equal to lin apple soft, then I need to do what? What does it say? Okay, I need to say thank you. Your total has been reduced by 10%. I say C out. Thank you. Ooh, not find. Go away. There we go. I then end the line. I need to then say a revised total. So I need to then apply a discount to my subtotal, reapply the taxes, and get the new total. So I will say C out revised total and line revised total, and that's equal to this. Let's actually figure out what that is. Double revised total is equal to ticket total. Oh, sorry, it's going to be total. no, subtotal minus subtotal times 10% discount. I need to actually say this. Double new subtotal is equal to what I just wrote down there. Subtotal. Okay, so there's my discounted subtotal. Good. Double new taxes is equal to, I guess I don't really need to say new taxes. I'll just say that, I'll just redefine what taxes are, is equal to new subtotal times 0.15, and revised total is equal to the new subtotal plus taxes. All right, let's see if that does it. So if they didn't have the coupon code, I'll simply say, see out, sorry, that coupon code is not recognized. And the line. Okay, so there is my coupon discount. Bon voyage is the last thing I'll say, which is going to occur outside of this if statement. So see out, bon voyage, and the line. Okay, I will then compile this. You don't like coupon on line 69. Coupon code. Okay. So far so good. Let's do this with 4. Okay, it lists out my locations, number of tickets, ticket total, taxes. Do I have any coupon codes? LLLIINNNAAD. Okay. Sorry, that coupon code is not recognized. Bon voyage. Great. That means it fails correctly. And now I'm going to see if it accepts my coupon code correctly. Thank you. Your total has been reduced by 10%. Revised total is that. That's great. Bon voyage. Okay, cool. So far, we're doing pretty well. You can only have a maximum of 5 locations and a minimum of 1. We enforce that. Okay, cool. Let's see. How can I engage this requirement here? You can have a maximum of 5 locations and a minimum of 1. So I need to check to see. Oh, 1 second. Let me stop this. Okay, so now let's make sure that these requirements are enforced. You can have a maximum of 5 locations and a minimum of 1. Okay, so I know that if I'm going to have a minimum of 1, then my parameter count is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to have a command line parameter count of 4, between 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. So between 4 and 8. So, or is that 4 and 9? We'll check. My math is always bad. So let's just do that right at the very beginning to enforce this one here. If the parameter count is less than 4, or parameter count is greater than, what was it? I've already forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. 9. If we know that we don't have those bounds, then I can automatically assume that the improper number of locations has been given. So I can say cout, I'm sorry, an improper number of locations has been given. You know what? I can actually do this later. Let's actually put this here. So when I get my locations, let's actually do this here. My locations count is from here. Okay. I'll do that right here at my location count. Since I derive it, it's a much easier way of saying this. So if location count is less than 1, or, or location count is greater than 5. That's much easier to read. Then we're just going to return with a 0 and say cout. I'm sorry. And you must have at least one location and a maximum of 5 locations. Okay. End the line. Okay, that'll do it there. So if I compile this and I try it and I say I give it well, let's just make sure that it works right now like it used to. So far so good. I will do LinAppleSoft. Okay, cool. Let's try this again, except giving it one more location. This is going to be Hawaii. 2 Hawaii ticket locations. I'm sorry, you missed it. Okay, so we have exceeded that. And if I say don't give enough locations, then there we go. Okay, so my bounds have been checked. That's good to know. What are the other requirements? The requirements are passenger input is required, at least 1, no maximum. Okay, so let's check that. Passenger count is this. Very simple. If passenger count is less than 1, then we say cout a passenger count of at least 1 is required. And the line. Okay, and then I just return out of the main method with a 0. So I'll kick you out. So let's compile. Good. And let's give it a working one. That works. Good. Okay, let's give it a passenger count of 0. A passenger count of at least 1 is required. Awesome. So let's give it a passenger count of -5. There we go. Great. It's working. And if I give it a passenger count of 5 million. Wow, that's a very pricey it's a very pricey itinerary. Okay, great. So this is working out great, even with the 10% discount. Ooh. So far, so good. Requirement 2, scratched off the list. If any locations are unknown, please exit the application. Okay, so how would I do this? I'm going to actually make this a part of the get location price. So when we use this up here, I'm going to do a quick check. I'm going to double. What did I return down below? Is it an integer? Yes, it's an integer. So that shouldn't be integer, but for this it's fine. Location price is equal to get location price of this. Okay. And I'll do a check. If location price, because you'll notice that at the end of mine, I say, if you find Miami, Hawaii, LA, New York, Seattle, return these. But if you can't find any of these, return 0. I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to say, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There it is. Where'd it go? I lost myself. Where's the location price? Where is it? Where'd you go? I was just there. If there it is. Lost it for a second. Okay, so if the location price is equal to 0, then I know that I found a location that I can't find. So I'll just simply say return 0. And I'll say cout, sorry, one of your locations was not recognized. Please try again. End the line. Okay, let's try it out. So I will compile you. Oh, you don't like this. You don't like 53. You don't like out on 53. There we go. Misspelling words is a great way to flag a syntax error. You don't like 53's. Oh, you don't know how to do this. That's because I'm supposed to put in location price here. Oops. Okay. Okay. There we go. So let's test it with good input. Good input. There we go. All right. Now, if I try and give it something, if I try and give it something that it doesn't recognize, like I throw Texas in here, then sorry, one of your locations was not recognized. Hey, there we go. Please try again. That's great. It kicks it out. You don't go any further. Nice. So my requirements are set. My pricing is good. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's clean this up. So right now it's kind of a big jumbly mess. Let's make it a little more easier to read. I'm not really a big fan of declaring my variables down here. I like to declare them up top. So I'm going to just copy this and get rid of double here. And at the very top of my method, I will declare all of my variables here. I'll do the same with you. And I'll do the same with you. Copy. This is just me crossing my I's and dotting my T's, as I like to say. This makes things much more readable for people who are, let's see, I actually will keep this here since I'm declaring a pointer. I've always been weird about breaking pointers up like that. Because remember how I say it's not good to have pointers declared like that. It's best to declare them and define them immediately in the same line. It's just a thing. Oh, hey, speaking of which, when I'm done, just because I'm a good programmer, I am going to delete my allocated locations. Good. Okay, so let's see here. Copy you. Okay. Double total. Come on up. Ticket total. Copy. And good. Looking good. Looking good. This is a local variable. I am not going to worry about that. This one, though, and is not a local variable. I'm going to... There we go. Yep. The taxes need to come up. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Did I miss anybody? Everything's looking great. All right. So let's start just commenting on it real quick. Clean up. And let's see. Get the coupon code. Okay. Looking good. Okay, let's see here. This actually needs to go here. Do you have any coupon codes? There we go. Okay, this can go. Ooh, what am I doing? Come on. There. Ugh. There we go. Just cleaning it up. Don't want this thing to look a little too crazy. Okay. Get the total. Looking good. Get the subtotal. Looking good. Ugh. Looking good. Okay. And number of tickets, ticket total. Get the fees. Get the ticket total. There we go. Little refactoring. Kind of getting this thing squared away. Tickets total. Oop, that means that you need to come up here. Whoop. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Stuff locations into their new array. Yep, that's looking really good. All right. Say hello. Looking great. Let's see. Check min and max location count. And this needs to go here. Get the passenger count. All right. That's looking great. Nice and organized. Everything's good to go. Everything looks great. Very readable code, because once again, you guys are software developers. You will be working with other people, I assure you, and making their life a lot easier by just, you know, cleaning things up, helping them out. Get the coupon code. Oopsie. Then say goodbye. And of course, after a good refactor, we need to make sure that we haven't screwed anything up. You like that? You like that? Good. And all right, great. So there we go. That is the midterm assignment. Hasn't really taken quite very long to do this. Use this as an example of breaking up your assignment into small pieces, doing those small pieces individually, and then finally kind of just drawing everything together in the end, wrapping it up, cleaning it up. And I assure you that if you kind of use this production pipeline in the future, it'll become much easier to keep yourself on schedule, much easier to help you understand where problems are. Like you saw how I did things. I would, you know, throw something out in the console, test it, test some data to make sure that it was properly formatted, test some data to see that it was being properly derived. Excuse me. This will help you so much in the long run to really sort of piece this stuff out. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll be posting this code that you can parse through and check on yourself on this on the Blackboard. And until then, I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye-bye.